And we are live, and it looks like everything is finally working.
Woo!
That wasn't... Okay, so I saw Fox put hashtag blame Impius. Actually, it was hashtag blame Rojan. I'm the one who sent that tweet out. And I can't...
Why are you so bad?
Hey, I have like 8 million windows open on here. I seriously need like 4 other monitors, so like on Tuesdays and Tuesdays specifically, I can have everything on its own monitor, and that way I don't make mistakes.
I'm still gonna blame Impius.
Yeah, let's just blame Impius because the tweet command wasn't up to date, so I'm just gonna do that.
It's never up to date. Impius never does his job.
That's seriously what I'm probably gonna get myself for Christmas is at least another monitor.
It's not a bad investment.
No, it's not. I only have 2, and one monitor is the Roll20 app. That's the only thing that's on it. And then on the other monitor is chat, Zoom, XSplit, Spotify, another internet browser window open so I can have other things I can look at without disrupting this, Discord, and then a mixer so I can meet you guys and when we go to breaks and everything.
Yeah, I've only got 3, and I want to upgrade at least 1 more after I get another job and get in the new place.
My goal is to have 6. And then like a huge TV up on the wall.
Dude, even only brokers have like 6 monitors.
Not really. One of the guys I used to work with had 9. It looked like he was like literally working in the Batcave.
You often don't realize how useful that many monitors can be until you actually have them and start using them.
Yep.
And it's like, wow, how did I live without this before? It's like upgrading from 1 monitor to 2 monitors. Suddenly have all this extra space, and then if you go back to 1 monitor, it's like, I can't do anything on this.
Yeah. It's like the more monitors you add, the more space for activities that you have. So,
My problem is I can't fit more than 2 monitors on my desk.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get monitor arms, but I can do that.
I've got 1 mount for all 3 of my monitors. And on days when I had to work from my laptop, it was hell. After you upgrade, you get used to all the space.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't need 2 more monitors, but I want to have 5 at some point and put the other 2 right on the wall behind my 3.
So, how was your guys' week?
Pretty good.
Decent. Really good.
It was a week.
I know Azur and I have been doing some what do you call it? Dauntless.
I only have to upgrade 2 more pieces of my Shrike set.
Yeah, I gotta upgrade my my quill shot set so I don't get 1 shot in the next area.
I think Shrike is higher than Quillshot.
They're all the same. Unfortunately, they're all the same.
I was gonna play. Oh, go ahead.
Until you get to the next island, all those armors level up with the same stats. What were you gonna say, Alicorn?
I was just gonna say, my entire plan and my excitement for today was to play the Arc expansion Aberration, but it's been stuck in an update loop on Steam for 9 hours, and the only way I can get it to actually stop is to kill it in my task manager. So the expansion broke Arc for me, and I can't even use Steam right now because I can't get the download and the update to stop.
Good job, Ark.
I think there's.
That's fixed.
I think there's a way to fix that. I think the Steam has an article on how to clear your download cache.
Yeah, I already did that, and it started the download again fresh and went right back into the loop. So I just rage quit.
That was an effective method.
Mm-hmm. So, as everyone in chat can see, we have a new member. Those who watch our Sunday game know Alicorn as Samoya. The Sundari Yanti,
Broody character.
who constantly picks on HB Fox's character.
Not my fault.
For very good reasons, but
I disagree. I think it's very bad reasons.
Well, then you're in the perfect tsundere relationship.
Well, I mean, you know,
I mean, to be fair,
sometimes kidnappers don't think they did anything wrong. Let's be real. Come on.
Look, it wasn't kidnapping. It was escorting without permission.
Since when is kidnapping a bad thing?
escorting without permission.
Says the loyal servants in Mephistopheles.
I'm gonna have to use that.
Escorting without permission. Like that.
But she will be joining us from here on in our campaigns as Luxana, who until previously was everyone's favorite Lantern Dragonet, until she got a hold of a magical doll last session that turned her into a 6-year-old girl. So she will now be playing Luxana, who is a bard from the College of Lore. Took us, what, 6 hours to make her last night?
About 6 or 7. I took a couple breaks because it was a lot of information to try to, like 2 years worth of information to kind of try to get seated in my brain hole.
Yeah, and like when we were talking yesterday, just like things you were telling me, it made me count down the time even harder to tonight's session, just because I want to see like the shenanigans begin.
Oh, and when Luxana was transformed from the Lantern Dragonet into a 6-year-old girl by the doll took on the form of a tiny dragon.
Yep.
And do we want to tell them that it's now what it does now?
Oh yeah, so Luxana's armor is it can look like a basic set of leather armor, but it has a certain glamour enchant onto it. Being, a little girl, she always wants to, have the fancy outfits and everything. So when she is on the ship, it looks like a pirate outfit. But instead of a parrot, she has the little dragon doll that sits on her shoulder, and it's like magically attached there.
So if it gets knocked off or falls off, it'll just fly back up and perch right back on her shoulder.
So basically she has a magical Toys R Us like all-purpose kids costume.
And also what Rojin did not point out as well is the armor is enchanted in such a way that it'll change at her wish the appearance of it. So if she wants to change from a pirate to a pretty princess, she can be a pretty princess.
Oh.
It'll just look like it. The stats don't change, just the appearance. So it's purely just glamour. So I'm looking forward to having fun with that one.
Welcome to Fashion Souls.
Yep.
Glamour is always endgame.
Well, come on, she is 6 years old, guys.
And a bard.
And a bard.
And
So that'll come in handy.
I mean, if there was ever a combination that needed to be pretty princess, it's bard and 6-year-old.
Yep.
Oh, so yeah. So getting down right into the campaign. You guys have been on the sea for a couple days now. And in those couple days, things have started to happen to you. Memories that you did not originally have started like implanting themselves into your mind. And with these memories have come a little bit of knowledge of what your lives, well, the other you's lives have been like here for the past 9 years.
we're gaining their memories.
You're gaining their memories.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's kind of creepy.
I'll make blending in easier.
So for the past 9 years, well, to start off, your characters arrived here much in a way that you guys normally... Oh, I'm going to silence the music for this. Your characters arrived in a way that normally happens when you jump through the gates. But in this situation, something had happened that drained like the energy out of Cassius's gem. And so instead of having like this vibrant emerald in his chest, it is now just like this dormant black gem that's embedded into him.
Oh, and there goes our plane hopping.
Yeah,
That was Ruby.
and in the past 9 years, he has not been able to power it once. Like, despite any attempts that he has tried with, like, Agrin trying to give it power, or him trying to absorb power in different ways, nothing has brought it back to life. And about after a year and a half or so of, like, constant failures, the group pretty much just decided to start calling this place home. It was, I mean, while society has been, like, confined to 3 separate islands, it's been rather peaceful. The communities on the islands operate as one giant kingdom. And you, in your own ways, have had started to mingle inside of them. There have been no signs of Vecna on your tail. There have been no signs of Zatrat or any sort of corruption. No Celestials looking for you or anything like that. It seems like you have been dropped into paradise. Now, over these past 9 years, Azarin and Iris had a child, who they named Asuna, and who is now currently taking up residence in this world's version of Ichirai's temple, as the monks there are training her in her father's arts. Cassius, for the first couple years, had locked himself away in confinement, trying to figure out how to reactivate this gem. With Luxana trying to help him in any way that she could, being in her tiny dragon form. But as time went on, he began to drift further away from trying to reactivate the gem, and more just incorporating himself in the society in and of its own. And he became almost enthralled with the whole idea of the treasure hunters that go out into the seas and they, dig up remnants of the old battles or cities that had been long since swallowed by the ocean. Kind of like going back to his draconic roots instead of like thriving for the power that Agrin gave him. He was slowly but surely becoming his old self, to where he still holds that power inside of him, but the thirst for knowledge and the thirst for treasure from a world long since past is now his primary focus. Elric, on the other hand, has been sort of leading a double life. On one end, he has been helping the advancement of the magical arts on the islands, as well as going along with Cassius's treasure searching, but still off in the shadows in his own time, he is still working towards gaining his full mastery over the power of Hellfire. And when we last left off in last week's campaign, he did receive contact from Mephistopheles saying that they would have a talk the moment they made landfall when they got back to port. And this is something that has been burning in Elric's mind this entire time, because he because he feels that this is going to finally be his time. This is his time of ascension, his time of full masterhood of Hellfire. Nakrath has sort of gotten gotten not the persona, but the title of crazy treasure collector, as the home that he has obtained in the town is lined with ancient weaponry, like swords, daggers, shields, helms, sets of armor. Like if it looked cool or if it had any sort of historical value, he collects it. He's paid treasure hunters to go out and search for these things, and not a sense to use them, but to keep them in his own personal collection. As his mind has turned pretty much towards the collection of weaponry. While it was back in the day, he would try to steal swords and whatnot from whatever he was fighting. It's now more he just wants as much armaments as he can around him. And this is what's been going through your mind these past couple days. Like, anytime you get any alone time or anytime you get any sort of rest, these dreams and these thoughts come to you. And every time they come to you, more pictures, more information is opened up to you. Almost to the point to where we opened up today, you've almost fully integrated into this world as the versions that you replaced. And with that integration, I'm going to throw something at you guys. I want goals from you guys. Now, these goals can be something that's short-term, or it could be a long-term goal. But it's going to be something that you guys your characters want to achieve in a certain amount of time. I'm not going to have you give them to me now. I'm going to give you a little time. I'm not going to put you on the spot. But I figure once landfall is made and we, like, after our first break, you guys have some sort of goal in mind that you want your characters to set out on. And when we open up today, it's about midday on the day before you were supposed to make landfall on the island of Prosperity on the Tricorne Islands. The Tricorne Islands is what is the name given to the 3 islands that the kingdom's people take residence on. The island of Prosperity is the largest island out of the 3, and it's where a vast majority of the populace resides. The other 2 islands are the island of Bounty, which is where a lot of the hunting takes place for meat that is other than fish. Those who live on that island are responsible for the repopulation and protection of animals, as well as the maintaining of who is allowed to hunt on those grounds. The 3rd island is the island of Knowledge. And this is where you will find the scientists and the mages. And it was soon after the society was built on the main island, it was thought that it'd be better to separate the magics and the sciences from the main island, because sometimes experiments can get out of hand. And they didn't want, magical blasts putting everybody in danger. So a lot of the mages and a lot of the alchemists and everything and their families are over on the island of Knowledge. Now, each island is relatively close to one another. It takes about 6 hours each way on a basic ferry to get in between them. And there are daily ferries that go back and forth. So opening up on this day, everyone is either at their positions if they need to be, or they have downtime. So who wants to open up with us on who's going to on what they would be doing today?
I just start with the captain.
Sure, let's start with the captain.
Originally, I was going to spend a lot of time going through my journal and stuff, but these memories have kind of made that unnecessary. So I think I'm probably going to take a bit of downtime to work on something, unless you say it's not possible, because it involves a feat. I'd like to try and learn a feat.
Ooh. All right.
Given, go ahead.
So what is this feat you are trying to learn?
The feat is what's the name of it? It's where is it here? It's the dual wielding feat. That
Two weapon fighting?
Yeah. Like anybody can do that naturally, but it comes with some detriments, right? And the dual wielding feat kind of makes up for that a little bit. So I would like to try to kind of become proficient in dual weapon fighting, given that this is kind of a ship-based world, and that could be extremely handy.
Okay. I can do that. So let me make a little section here for this. So Cassius. All right, and let's make this an 8-slot tree then.
Okay.
So if you want to spend half like a portion of the day training on this, you can go ahead and roll a d6 to see how many you can fill up here.
All right.
All right, so you can fill
Solid
one slot, a solid 1 slot.
Good roll.
Hey, I'll take it.
All right, and while the captain is doing this, what is oh yeah, by the way, not Alicorn, Luxana is the first mate of the ship. That is her classification, is first mate. So what is the first mate doing?
Well, I imagine because she was so excited to have all the cooked food last session, she would probably be hanging out with... What's his name?
Isaac.
Isaac. She would be hanging out with Isaac, kind of bugging him with all the questions about how to cook certain foods that she really liked.
So are you only pestering him, or are you trying to learn how to cook?
A little bit of both, going back and forth.
All right, so let's give Luxana a tree here for cooking.
Okay.
And let's make this a 6-slot tree. So if you want to spend some time learning how to cook from Isaac today, give me that d6. Solid 1.
Yep, just like Cassius.
like father, like daughter. Okay, so the first portion of their day, Cassius is practicing his 2-weapon fighting. Luxana's in the kitchen learning how to cook with Isaac. Elric, what are you up to?
It's been a while, but seeing as I'm already gonna get my Hellfire stuff as soon as we make landfall, I'm gonna go ahead and work on that device for capturing Vecna.
Oh, the god capturing gem. That's right. All right, so you currently have 4 slots in that right now.
Right. So D6.
A D6. All right.
That's how you do it.
There is another 2 slots. So you are 6 out of 8 slots complete for having that capturing stone.
Excellent.
Nekrath. What is Nekrath up to?
I was actually thinking about this for a while. I want to say like several sessions back, I mentioned that I want to see if I can expand the way of capturing or a way to obtain more undead for the summoning bell. Is there any way I can like somehow make a project to like make it any better?
So you're looking at trying to tamper, or not to tamper, but to oh god, it wouldn't be tampering.
Improve or
Yeah,
expand?
to expand the containment of the bell is what you're saying.
Correct.
Um, what is your arcana skill at? 'Cause I know you're a paladin.
Kana's pet 0 or 10.
At
It's just flat.
It's just flat.
It's just a flat.
Okay, so since you're trying to improve something, what we'll do is I'll make it a certain a clock, and then at the end of the clock you can do like an arcana check to see if you're able to screw with it.
Okay, I can do that.
So Necrath Bell upgrade. So let's make it a 6 slot.
All right.
And you can go ahead and give me a d6 roll for that.
And before 1.
Damn. 3 successes for Necrath. He's just like just the whole idea of you being able to possibly harness more undead into this spell. You just like you sit down and you start getting the work. Just like grabbing any of the tools in your workshop, since you are pretty much the ship's mechanic, and you just start going to work on this bell.
Sounds good.
Give me with that 6, give me an Arcana roll. Okay. I'll mark something here. And Ichirai, what have you been up to?
You know, this and that. Things. Stuff.
Relation has been at the bar the whole time.
Actually, I want to start expanding my healing brew into other potion equivalents.
Okay, so like taking the recipe that you have the healing brew and start experimenting on it to see how you can modify it to make it into other things.
Yeah, either like a better healing, better healing brews, potions of whatever. Like I have the one which is the 2d8 plus 2, and it's save versus con against the exhaustion table for every time you quaff on it.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember. I think a short rest takes it down.
Yeah.
To like clear. But I wanna do like other I like the concept of using alcohol as a healing agent as opposed to just arcana stuff.
Okay. What sort of property are you gonna do you think you would want to investigate first?
I think I want to do something like mind expanding. So I want to work on like a potion that temporarily increases your wisdom.
Okay. definitely able to do that. So I'm going to put Wisdom Brew. Just so I remember what it is.
Humor here being alcohol usually lowers your wisdom.
Hey,
It's a light beer.
Yeah, but it feels like it improves.
It increases your charisma. That's what.
Here's the caveat. All of my brews come with a hitch.
Yep.
You know, because I'm not using magic to. It's not alchemy. Alchemy technically still is a form of magic.
It's literally brewing.
Like I'm literally taking like plants and herbs and and beer and liquor, and using them to alter people's brain chemistry, and do curative things.
Science.
And you do have
It's
have your own little like still on the ship for you to be able to do this stuff. So
It's
go
still
ahead and we're gonna make this an 8 clock. So go ahead and give me that D6.
Alrighty. Ugh,
All right.
that's one success.
That's one success. So you guys spend your first portion of the day like on your own studies, like your own special studies, and near the end of that, everyone hears a bell ringing, signaling that lunch is being served. And in the tavern, you see Isaac and along with Luxana, who's helping him set out the plates and everything. And today he's made a sort of barbecue pork fried rice dish for lunch. I'm only saying this because I have barbecued pork fried rice sitting in my fridge.
And now I'm hungry.
But as you guys have gotten used to, Isaac's food is just divine. Like
I helped.
Yeah, and Luxana helped, and she has been spending a lot of time with Isaac. And it's kind of funny because just like any kid, food. Uncle Isaac, yeah. Uncle Isaac, who is a construct. Uncle Robot Isaac. But lunch is served out, and usually around lunch is when you have your sort of mock officers meeting, when people go over anything that they may have noticed on the ship, or improvements that could be made, or any suggestions that they may have. Because one of the things that you have slowly being accumulated to one another is you're starting to feel a little more close to each other. You're no longer just this group of people that seems to have their own plans and getting ready to stab everyone in the back. It's like the versions of you who were here before you seem to have formed a bond, and this bond is only like getting stronger as we're spending more time together. Now that doesn't mean your personas haven't changed. Elric can still be like a grumpy old man at times and everything, but your feelings for one another have been strengthened.
Quick question from Luxana. Would she still have the bond with the ship where it kind of just lets her know when there's treasure nearby?
Yep.
Okay.
As first mate, you are also the ship translator, and
Okay.
Yeah, you let everyone know if there's something wrong with the ship or if treasure has been found or anything like that.
Okay. So I guess you'll just let me know or ping me whenever something like that happens.
Yup.
Izuhura.
Sounds good.
So lunch is served, and Iris joins all of you. And so I'm leaving the floor open to you guys about how you want to go about this.
So I'm probably busy stuffing my face, but every once in a while, I kind of give Ichirai and Iris the side eye, just a little something that I know about that nobody else does.
I want to see. I'm actually going to ask Isaac if he knows. So I figure Isaac technically is part of the ship, right?
Yes.
So, um, so I'm going to ask Isaac if I were to activate an ability that gives me a particular enhancement to a weapon. If he thinks I can translate that to the guns, if need be.
Well, the guns are modified to work with whomever sits in that chair. So there's a good possibility that if you were to activate one of your abilities, as you call them, while sitting in the gunner seat, the ship may react to it.
You're welcome.
Key and powered cannonballs.
Flurry of cannonballs.
I'm just saying, things are entering into my mind.
He goes, though. I must remind you that the ship, it does take a strain if we push her too hard.
I know I don't intend on doing anything foolish or reckless, but should we find ourselves in dire straits, there are some things I may attempt, and I think that's all at the table. I think that's all I'm gonna question. I'll probably Teacher, I'll give Iris Google eyes and whatnot, and take off her plate.
Just like basically flirting with her the whole time.
Not like not obnoxiously.
No, not obnoxiously, but kind of like the established couple style flirting.
Exactly. It's like oh, it's like you're taking too long to eat that tasty something over there. I will take it now, thank you.
Yeah, it's less of like the childish flirting and almost to the point to where you're like shit posting at one another in certain ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Loxana's just gonna fake vomit noises if she catches him doing it.
And the thing is Iris is like is responsive to this, and like as you steal something off her plate, she steals something off of yours.
Yeah, but she probably always takes the stuff I really want.
Oh, she does. She does.
And that is all I'm doing.
All right.
Now.
Elric, are you bringing any topics up during lunch, or are you just sitting there silent?
Just sitting there silent.
All right. What about you, Nakrath?
Nothing really. Just looking at my food, eating it, looking around in my own little world.
Okay. So after lunch is done, everyone splits off to do, their functions on the ship. Nakrath is making sure that all the gears and whatnot of the ship are operating correctly. Ichirai is doing basic checks and maintenance on the weaponry. Elric is up at the helm, steering the ship, getting a little more used to it. And HP Fox and Loxana are doing the captain thing. While we're doing this, Elric, since you are up on the helm, you get to roll the D20. Oh, you get to roll the D20.
Joy.
That was 100.
Oh, no, I made it a 20 now. 18.
Is that good?
Let's see.
Depends on your definition of good. Good for us or good for Origin?
I mean, he's looking at his own personal notes, so it's always good for Rojan.
Oh, I've made numerous notes about this. You have no idea how excited I've been, and how long I've been waiting to do a sea campaign. So,
Oh god.
with an 18, Loxana, can you give me a perception check?
Sure, I can do that. And I'm an expert in perception. I don't know if that counts for anything.
That will definitely count for something.
Okie
So as you and Cassius are walking about the deck, you get a little chill that runs up your spine. And you now know that as the ship letting you know that you are within the vicinity of treasure.
Okie dokie. Well, just start getting really excited, probably take off on my wings and hover and go in front of Cassius and be like, ship says there's treasure again. I hope it's not a stupid doll this time.
Let's not talk about the doll again.
As the doll is sitting there on her shoulder, just like looking at you.
Yeah, I'm talking about you. Go tell Elric.
Does the doll look back?
No, the doll is actually just stuffed.
Okay.
It's nothing really special. It's just enchanted to stay on her shoulder.
There is a bell that you can ring that will inform everyone that there is treasure, if you want.
Okay. All right. She'll take off and go ring the bell. Do the bell noise.
Bell noise. Oh, goddamn.
Wrong bell noise.
I think it's all just bell noises to me. I think Cassius is just going to head straight for the crane at this point. Now, kind of with those treasure hunter memories in his mind, that's just his go-to is to do the job.
Okay.
And after she rings the bell, I think she's going to go ahead and whip out that special weapon. Or not the special weapon, the special instrument, too.
Which one?
Just kind of follow up the bagpipes.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Yes, Luxana has bagpipes.
Yes.
So, Luxana, as you're ringing the bell, the ship sort of tells you that this is something that you're going to have to go into the sea for. That it is not something that the crane itself can pull up.
Okay.
And when it says that, a small panel opens up along the wall that you're standing next to, and you see these small seeds, almost about the size of walnuts, sitting there. And the ship tells you that all anybody has to do is put the seed in their mouth, and they'll be able to breathe the water as long as the seed is there.
Okay, and I have 2 seeds, right?
There are actually 6 seeds.
Okay. I'll go ahead and scoop them up, and I'm gonna fly over to Cassius, not even tell him what I'm doing, but just gonna shove one of the seeds in his mouth and be like, you breathe underwater now. I gotta go find the others.
He's probably... Actually, do we have any memories of these seeds? Before
You do. You do have memories of these seeds. They're special seeds that have been almost blessed by the sea gods. That give anybody who holds the seeds in their mouth the ability to breathe underwater.
So I'm not going to panic about having a foreign object shoved in my mouth. But I'm probably just going to stand there for a moment, like wide-eyed and taken aback by what she just did. And she's taken off. I'm just going to, I guess, stand at the side of the boat and wait for others to arrive.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make my way around to everybody and kind of do the same thing, just a little less aggressively, and just be like, "There's treasure. We need to hurry. Take this. It's underwater. Crane can't get it." And then fly off to the next person.
All right. So do you say take this, or do you try to shove it in their mouth?
Both. Except I think that she wouldn't do it to Grumpy Uncle Elric. Is the only one that probably wouldn't like it. Because he already doesn't like steering the ship. So, here, Elric, have this. You put it in your mouth and you can breathe underwater. There's treasure. We have to go.
I'm not stopping you.
If you don't want to go, I'll go. It's adventure. I like adventure.
I'll keep the seed, though. Might come in handy.
All right. I'll let the others know you're not coming, and then I'll fly off.
Okay.
So I imagine that because there were 6 of them, there would be an extra one for Iris as well.
If Iris wanted to come, but she's
Yeah,
been more focused on staying on board lately.
Okay, so we have one extra
feeling
then.
unexpectedly ill lately for some oddball reason.
Yeah, she's
Morning sickness.
she's been a little weird recently, and it's not just the morning sickness. She seems to be very at times clingy to Luxana. Like she'll at times you'll just have her like playing with your hair or like combing it or braiding it, like humming to you. And
Okay.
yeah, just weird things like that.
Probably would like it just because of getting the attention, because Cassius isn't really a cuddly person.
Yeah, Cassius isn't really a braid your hair type of guy.
Yeah, so she would probably really like the attention. Was Luxana around when Dude Bro, I don't remember his name, I'm sorry. The one who resurrected everybody? Was she
No.
around with him?
Oh no,
when-
she was with Cassius. She heard the whole thing.
Okay,
So
she
she knows that Iris is pregnant.
And I
Okay.
imagine at some point Cassius specifically said to her not to tell anybody under any circumstances.
Do not
Okay.
say anything. Listen
Okay,
to me,
so-
6-year-old child. Do not spill the beans on somebody being pregnant.
So she would like it for the attention and also knowing that extra tidbit of information that she's just starting to get motherly and probably nesting a lot.
Oh,
Okie dokie.
I just
All right. Well, after giving everybody their seeds and taking off away from Elric, I'll meet back up with Cassius.
Okay.
Elric's not coming. He doesn't want to go, so I get to go.
I don't think that's the caveat of him not coming. I don't think I want you to go in that water. We don't know what's down there.
I like adventure.
Oh. I'll go.
Well, of course you're coming. We need you to stay with the boat, Luxana.
But why?
You're the one that talks to the boat. If something goes wrong, you'll be the first to know. You can't be of any help to the boat if you're down in the water.
Are you sure? Maybe I can hear the boat from the water.
Well, you might be able to hear it, but you wouldn't be able to do anything.
I could swim.
Well, yeah, but if we're 90 feet down in the water, how's that going to help?
I'll think of something. Don't worry so much. It's treasure. I'm going.
We need you and the boat to stay safe. You're the only way we can talk to this boat right now. What if something happens to you down there? Then we're stranded out here.
What if something happens to you all down there? I
Then
won't be
you
there
can
to help.
still get back to the islands.
Can I roll a persuasion on him yet?
Oh, you
we could do this. We could do this for a while.
definitely. Okay, so what are you doing to persuade him?
Puppy dog eyes.
Oh, God.
Little
Kind
pal.
of figured. Kind of figured. Puppy dog eyes.
Just kind of like there's treasure and I want to go.
I don't even think I have anything high enough to combat that.
You're
I
fucked.
don't think either.
So I'm going. Yay.
Okay, fine. You can go. But stay close to me. And if anything happens, stay out of danger.
Well, of course, silly. I'm just a little kid. I don't want to be in danger.
You say that now. So, I guess Luxana is probably the only one that knows exactly where the treasure is as well.
Yep.
Okay, when we get in the water, hold my hand and we'll go together, but we need you to lead the way.
Okay.
Everyone else ready to go?
I'll just jump in the water as soon as he says that.
I do have a question though. When
Okay.
we're in the water, technically, I'm wearing heavy armor, so would that technically hinder me?
No, you're fine.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah. All right. So you guys jump into the water, I hear?
I do.
Yep.
And I'm probably going to make myself glow a little extra, so I'm kind of like a flashlight, I guess,
Okay.
to help everybody see who can't necessarily see very well.
So, like, you jump into the water and your skin lights up almost kind of like the little bobble on the top of, like, one of those lanternfish.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you begin leading the group down, and you go down about a good 100 feet, until you hit this small, not really bed, but this formation of coral, and on top of it is just this large pile of gold and gems that is just glistening in the light that your body is giving right now.
Okay. At that point, knowing Luxana, she would probably just let go of Cassius's hand and start going for the treasure.
Yeah, I think if
Trying to pocket as much as possible.
if we both kind of arrive to it at the same time, we would, let go, and Cassius would pull out a bag of some kind. I have several bags in my inventory, any will do, and just start shoveling the treasure into the bag.
Okay, so the moment you touch the treasure, I need everyone who is down there to roll me advantage, or not advantage, that thing. Initiative.
Is it treasure mimics? It's gonna be great.
Oh, I didn't click on my thingy. Crap. There.
All right. So the moment that Cassius touches this treasure, I didn't give it its turn here. Give me a moment. The moment Cassius touches the treasure, you notice that the entire horde springs to life as this pile of gems and coins takes like a clubbing swing at you. Barely missing you, but you can feel the force even underwater kind of like push you back.
Oh my.
So, Luxana, go ahead and start us off.
All right, I'll be happy to.
You teleport yourself away from your current location to any other spot within range. You arrive there exactly at the spot desired to be played. All right, so, are you doing it on yourself?
Yep, I'm going back on the ship. I told them I wouldn't put myself in danger. I don't like confrontation. That gold is moving. I'm done. I'm out.
It's no longer gold.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but it's not treasure anymore.
So you,
That point.
like, everyone here is in underwater. And then she's on the ship again. Like, she's just, like, dripping in water, and, like, she's kind of got, like, a look of, like, fear in her eyes, and Elric can see this. As the treasure mound here is going to attack Cassius.
Yeah, bell noise.
Swing and a miss.
And then a botch. So it is going to actually hurt itself with this. What is the plus on it? Okay. So it swings, and it swings a little too hard, and it goes crashing into part of the coral, sending pieces of it like hurling deeper into the ocean, doing a little bit of damage to its body as it does so. I'm going to still take the damage. All right, Ichirai.
Alrighty. I'm going into attack.
That will hit. As will that. That will not hit.
And that's all I'm doing.
Alrighty, who we got next? Cassius.
So, important mechanical question here. Can I use spells that require a verbal component while
Yes, you
underwater?
can. Yes, you
Awesome.
can. The seeds allow you to use verbal commands underwater.
Perfect. So, I am going to just light it up with fairy fire for now, assuming it.
So a dexterity
doesn't need to
17.
Yep.
Oh no, it's lit up.
Nice. Okay, so we have advantage against it now. That's all I can do.
All right, Nakrath.
I'm gonna go ahead and, as my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Thunder Smite,
Alrighty,
and I'm going to swing.
You're underwater.
it's fine.
Okay.
It's thunder damage, not lightning damage.
Okay.
Which
And
thunder would actually probably be extra effective underwater because of the pressure. You know, the same way you don't want to jump in a pool with a grenade going off nearby.
and I'm gonna swing with
Keep
this.
your damn signs to yourself, sir.
Never.
I'm gonna add it to the first one.
Okay, so the first one is going to hit, so it's going to do a total of 21 damage, and then the second hit as well, so a total of 33.
And a strength check, unless it's immune.
Immune to prone,
Yes.
and you said a strength check. Is it a strength check or a strength save? It's a strength
It is-
save.
Yes. Yeah, save.
We can do that. And he has advantage on this. Not that it matters. Alright, so you knock it prone.
Woo.
So just the reverberation from the thunderous smite seems to like destabilize the coins in a little bit, causing it to almost look like it collapses in on itself for a moment before it stabilizes its body.
Yeah. I also don't know, but it forces it to push back 10 feet. So I also want to clarify that.
Okay, you can definitely do that. Luxana, who is now on the boat.
Yep. She's probably just gonna run and tell Elric what's happening, that there was treasure, but the treasure is actually a monster, so everybody's fighting things, and I was told that I have to get out of danger, so I had to teleport onto the ship. And it was probably a good thing if Elric went to go help them, but he doesn't have to because I know that he's grumpy, but if he really wants to help, then he should. So then she's just gonna fly away and go hang out with Uncle Isaac and be traumatized.
Ulrich has a migraine now.
Oh my god, it's so awesome.
So what is Elric doing after he gets the 100-mile-a-minute explanation of your group is under attack underwater by a giant treasure thing?
I wish him good luck and keep doing my thing. Maybe
All right.
go for a drink because, you know, I have a migraine now.
Why would you go to have a drink? Because that's where she is with Uncle Isaac.
Well, I don't know that. I just saw you run off.
True.
I'm gonna stay up on deck just in case shit happens that doesn't require me getting in the water.
Let's see. Alright, I'm not going to be mean just yet. But it is going to go after Cassius again.
Of course it is.
You did try to scoop part of it into a bag.
You touched it. I mean...
It was shiny.
So he's going to make another 2 swings on you here. Okay. So it's gonna hurt itself again. For... God, Jesus.
Wow.
And then does a 25 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Alright, so you're gonna be hit for 53.
Oh, god damn.
Ow.
As you just...
That triple 10.
As just this giant wave of coins just slams into you, sending you spinning through the water.
Incredibly rude.
Ichirai.
I'm going to attack it again. I'm gonna burn a point of key on a flurry of blows, however.
Okay. Okay, so the first one will hit, the second one will not.
No, I have advantage. It's under.
Oh,
fairy
this
fire.
is true. So both will hit. Oh, and that crit.
Nice.
Double crit.
Double crit.
Eat it. Punch, punch, double suicide kick.
Wow.
All right, so let's see. That's 11, so that's 21, 23, 33, 34, 39, 41 damage.
Shit.
As you just beat the hell out of this thing.
And that's barehanded.
It's like, it's not even a barehanded thing. In this situation, you just see him diving through this, treasure beast, just leaving massive holes in it every time he makes contact with its body. And its body is now like shaking, trying to keep its form. Cassius.
Can I do a... Let's see here. Can I do a nature check to determine whether this thing falls into the category of undead or construct?
Is there an ability to let you do a nature check like that? Because I would say maybe more Arcana, unless you have something like that.
Well, I was thinking nature just to determine whether or not it's a natural thing, or if it was unnaturally created.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll give you the nature roll.
That is the 27.
You know that this is not in any means natural.
Damn. Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna poke it first with Agrin.
The 15 will not hit.
That's fine. And as bonus action, because I am hurting just a little bit, I'm going to
Just a little bit.
restore 14 HP to myself and gain 5 temporary hit points.
Oh, nice. It's a sweet little ability right there.
It is.
No, Krath.
How you feeling over there, Cassius?
Not so good.
All right.
I've been
so-
better.
I got better. I'm going to cast Break Will, and I'm going to give him 10 extra temporary HP to cast.
Now I'm feeling a little better.
Okay. And that's my action.
That's not on him though. It's a personal thing.
Oh, is it a personal thing?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Oh no. Let's see. You could touch upon your unyielding will to drive you and your comrades onward and break your enemy's will as well. Grants you a certain motivational power that returns to you when you take a long rest. With your will, you can gain temporary hit points equal to your Oathbreak level times 2. As an action, you can motivate a creature and grant the power from will to restore a number of hit points to that creature up to the maximum amount of hit points. Okay, yeah. Alright, so yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
Alright, Luxana, who is now in the bar, or in the tavern with Uncle Isaac.
Okay.
He looks at you, he's like, why are you all wet, little one?
Well, the boat told me that there was treasure, and then we all went to go get the treasure, but the treasure was actually mean and tried to hit me, and Cassius told me I had to come back here if I was in danger.
I see. You must be rather cold right now.
A little bit. A little chilly.
He nods and he walks over to like this brass pot.
Please give me hot chocolate.
That's exactly what he's doing. He goes to this brass pot and
Marshmallows.
and oh, well, of course, she's a child. And like you just
Not
see
the sugar.
you just see this like this thick brown liquid pour into this cup, but it smells amazing. As he drops a couple marshmallows into it, and he puts it on in front of you and says, "Drink this; it'll warm you up." And then, shortly afterwards, Elric walks in and sees Luxana sitting at the bar drinking a mug of what he can only assume is hot chocolate.
I turn around. Elric does not know how to deal with kids.
He's like, "Is everything okay, sir?"
I just keep walking.
Wonder what that was about. As he looks over at Luxana.
She'll take a second away from her hot chocolate and just be like, "This is really good," but also he's really grumpy. He doesn't want to go help everybody who's in the water.
That sounds about right.
And quick question: you said that we went about 100 feet down, and was it directly underneath the ship?
Wasn't directly underneath the ship. It was off to the side a bit.
Okay, would I be able to kind of remember the direction that we went? Because I have, because I want to try to kind of gesture in that general direction and do that. And ask them if they're okay.
Who are you asking?
I wouldn't probably be Cassius, but I'm gonna point in his general direction. But if he's moved, it might actually go to somebody else.
I'll say he's within range.
Okay, all right, then I would just do that and ask them if they're okay or if they need my help, because Uncle Elric is the grumpy.
So Cassius's voice is probably a little strained, and there's the occasional groan from being smacked around a bit. But he'll just say, "We've got it handled. Just stay safe."
Okie dokie. She's probably not going to believe him, so she'll finish her hot chocolate and start making her way back out on deck to hop back in the water.
Okay. The creature at this time begins to do these rather odd spiral movements as it forms into a whirlwind of coins and gems.
That sounds like a legendary action to me.
It's not.
Oh, damn.
So I need everybody to give me a DC 17 dexterity saving throw.
Oh, thanks.
Dang.
Would that be me as well?
Nope,
or no?
nope, you're on the boat. You're fine. Alright, so... Ooh, Fox and Cassius. Alright, every creature... Okay, on a failure, the target takes 6d10 plus 7 damage.
Jeez.
So you guys are going to take 37 damage.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Kind of damage.
And this is bludgeoning damage. And the whirlwind removes the most valuable visible item on the target, included wielded items, but not armor. If the save is successful, the target takes half the bludgeoning damage, but retains all possessions.
Can we
I
choose
take
the
no
item?
damage.
So I'm going to need to look at your character sheets.
Yeah, my items, at least my important ones, can't technically be removed from me. They are a part of me.
Well, a couple things can be removed.
Well, I mean, if you're willing to cut pieces off of me. Well, I know
So-
you're willing, but please don't.
It is Rojan. I mean, you're asking, you're asking the wrong question.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to like just give it an item of my choosing, but like I know exactly the one I want to give it.
So it's going to from Nekrath, it's going to take the Mastercraft Greatsword.
I kind of figured. Oh man.
And for Ichirai, or not Ichirai, Cassius, it actually pulls Agrin from your hand.
What?
Whoa!
I
what?
knew that
Well,
was.
Agrin can be removed from my hand. I mean, I place him on a weapon rack every night, so
Mhm.
that's
Face down defense.
As-
perfectly normal.
As you hear, as like you're trying to fight, you hear Agrin in your head. Oh God, shit! As he goes right into, he just goes right into the treasure, and you get sucked into the whirlwind as it keeps going.
I'll admit, Cassius is probably just gonna chuckle a little bit at that.
Ichirai.
So it's a whirlwind?
It is a whirlwind of treasure.
I don't know if it's safe to go punch it.
This is D&D. You can punch anything.
Well, I'm picturing this in my head. It's just like this tornado of whirling treasure underwater, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Stick your hand in it. You might get one of our stuff back.
I don't think that's how it works. Stick your hand in a whirling vortex of treasure, and hopefully you pull something out and not lose your hand.
Sounds
Yeah,
about right.
I'm not.
Magic.
Remember, I'm not chaotic anymore. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out my my elemental crossbow.
Okay.
Sorry, I keep forgetting to put a macro in for it because I hardly ever use it.
It's all good.
What kind of elemental damage are you doing?
I'm gonna do cold.
Okay, so you shoot the crossbow, and the bolt like goes towards the treasure and then just gets thrown away from it.
So it's
You didn't hit its armor class, by the way.
Okay, so is it still
Oh.
under? Is it still under the fairy fire effect?
Yes,
yes,
it
it
is.
is. Yeah, same thing.
All right, and I'm doing. I mean, I can fire two, but yeah, I can fire two bolts with my extra attack, right?
Yeah.
All right, so then I'm gonna go for it again.
Oh. Good thing you have advantage.
I know, right?
Well, I mean, a 9 is better than a botch, but it's not going to hit.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Cassius.
So, Ichirai had the right idea. You just need something a little colder to freeze the water.
Oh, DC Constitution 17. Not plus 10. He has advantage on this.
He's still going to take half that damage, though.
He is. So the frost breath leaves like this ice trail under the water as it just slowly reaches the treasure vortex, and slowly but surely it stops, and then it just crumbles to the ground. As you hear Agrin in your mind, like, ugh, if I had a stomach, I think I'd be sick.
Come on, if you can survive the ship without being sick, I'm sure you could survive a little underwater whirlwind.
The ship isn't spinning me around at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
It's just a little fun, relax.
Hey, how about next time you get thrown into the vortex and then you tell me how fun it is?
I don't think I want to do that, no. You're fine, Agrin. You're fine. At that point, I think I'm going to recollect him and then start gathering up the remnants of this thing.
Okay.
Treasure is treasure.
Alright, so if everybody is helping and if Luxana is jumping back into the water, with the four of you, I take it...
Would she have a sugar high at this point and make it down there before they finish?
Oh, yeah, she's definitely on something right now.
Okay.
Drugs.
That was an adult hot chocolate.
No, she is a little more hyper. Well, I should say, you are a little more hyper than normal. To where it's almost to the point to when you talk, you're not really taking a breath. It's just one huge run-on sentence at the moment.
Kind of like when I talked to Elric earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, pretty much. Okay. So I'd probably get down there and be like, oh, it looks like you guys got this all taken care of. Let me help with that. I like treasure. And then just start picking up stuff and shoving it in Cassius's bag.
Oh, yeah, but you're just like... It's not like pick up and shove in. You're just like dog throwing it at him at this point.
I'll probably just, float there in the water with the bag open.
Okay.
Everything just flying right into it.
So it takes you probably about a good 20 minutes in repeat trips to get all of the treasure collected.
I could just see windmill arms going when she's throwing the treasure at Cassius.
Are there any magic weapons in the horde?
No, there are no weapons. It's just coins and gems.
Just coins and gems?
Yes.
All right.
Did we kill it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the frost breath ended it.
Oh, I was like, Jesus, I was going to use something, but
when it went into whirlwind mode, it had 8 HP left, thanks to your monk.
Oh, thanks, monk. I lost my sword. Great.
No, you have
Right,
it.
so-
You found your sword.
You get it
Yay.
back.
It's just one of the ability. It's called Thieving Whirlwind, and what it does is it just takes things from you if you get hit.
If you would have given us the option, I would have been like, "Here's Bank Breaker."
That would have been funny.
It would have been great. Oh.
Anyhow, how much did we collect?
We didn't collect anything. Your ass stayed on the boat.
Yeah, someone had to stay topside.
Well, I did come up.
Okay, so who is going through the treasure? I should ask.
I think that would probably be the job of the captain on the ship.
I've got a better idea. I'm gonna pull out the whistle and summon Jeeves to count the coins for us.
I mean, yeah, Jeeves can do it. I mean, for the record, I wasn't gonna try and rip you guys off or anything.
No, I think it's just a much better solution. No one has to do the tedious part of counting coins.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Got a
fair.
servant for that now.
As
We're high class.
Jeeves and his prim and proper butler out is like, of course, sir. And he snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden he's got one of those bank visors, and he starts sitting down at a table, just counting coins. And it takes.
Roxana's gonna sit. Luxana's gonna sit opposite him on the table and start counting the coins herself after he counts them
Okay.
in a separate pile.
So it takes a little bit because of Luxana's help. But there...
Look, I'm helping.
Yeah, look, I'm helping. But there are around 45,000 gold coins. And then another 400 or so gems of various values.
All right, so that's what, 9,000 gold coins each.
So I guess actually this is a good point to note that Luxana and Cassius are essentially sharing their hoard. So any gold that I have, she has as well, and any gold that either of us gets added to that. So when we divide something up like this, are we going to be dividing it between the 5 of us, or are we going to be dividing it between 4 of us?
Well, that's up to you and the group on how you're going to divide it.
Real quickly, I say 5, and I've got a phone call I need to answer. So 1 second.
Okay, let's go ahead and take our first break here, since you guys just got back to the ship and you're doing your treasure.
Okay.
So we'll take the first break, and then when we come back, you guys can sort the treasure thing out, and we'll be making landfall at the docks.
Okie dokie.
So stick with us, guys. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break so we can get up, stretch your legs, and all that fun stuff. And we will catch you when we come back. And we are back.
Yay.
So, you guys just counted out your coin, and you guys don't even have to decide on camera. You guys just need to decide if you're going to divide it 4 or 5 ways.
I think we went with 5 ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So-
Luxana would appreciate it if everybody agreed that she could have the prettiest gem.
That's fine. So, how many gems did you say there were?
400.
So each of us gets 80 gems.
Yep. And I assume we would divide them up so we all have approximately the same value gems. And
Yeah.
the craft specifically wanted emerald gems.
And also, Rojan, I remember that Lantern Dragonets had the ability to speak telepathically to people around her if she didn't want to speak out loud. Is that something that Luxana still has?
Yep.
Okay. Okie dokie. Then she would probably just let Cassius know that Elric was grumpy, and she told Elric they might need help, and he said he wasn't going to go.
And Cassius is really not at all surprised.
It's like, sounds about right.
Yeah, that's him.
She's just going to be kind of disappointed and pouty.
Hey, do I look like a fish to you?
Okay, so the day ends, and the next day is really calm since you're so close to the docks. And a little after around 10 a.m., you make landfall at the dock, and everyone is now on the island. Is in the island of Prosperity.
All right, I immediately go search for a inn that has a nice and large room I can rent.
Okay, so you maybe take 4 steps away from the dock, and you just vanish. And if if anybody in the group sees this, you see like a poof of hellfire, like take Elric, and then he's just out. He's like out of existence.
That's unnatural.
That's a
But-
trick.
For him, I don't think we should be worried.
He'll be fine. Just a flesh wound.
So, since you are in the city, is there anything you guys are specifically looking for since you came back here to gather information and pretty much just gather information and like kind of a grasp on who you're supposed to be?
Ooh,
Well, I know we can't go anywhere off this plane until we get Cassius's gem to recharge.
Yep.
But I need a new weapon because my sword went bye-bye. And every time I think about it, I give Cassius a knowing glare.
Oh yeah, weren't you going to have a little one-on-one time?
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
Because I know you said you wanted that to be a part of tonight's thing, is the little one-on-one conversation with Cassius and Ichirai.
Yeah, so when Elric goes poof, I'm like, that's a new trick. And I look at Cassius, and I'm like, before we all get too far into shore, you want to come have a fly with me?
I suppose the fly is a little overdue at this point.
So I unfurl and I like just start heading up, like cloud cover up, like obnoxiously high.
So,
Luxana's gonna get excited and be like, "Does that mean I'm in charge?"
yes, it does.
Oh God.
However, I just want you to stay with the ship until I return, Do not sail the ship anywhere. Do not let anybody on the ship. Do not take anything off of the ship.
You're no
Okay.
fun.
We won't be long. And I'll fly straight up.
All right. So the moment they go up, the craft, your hand shot up. What are you doing?
Okay, so you mentioned I have a place, right? Is it
Oh,
on
yeah.
this island?
Yeah.
I want to go to it.
All right. So the moment you land, you just Necrath just starts making a beeline for his residence, which
Like, I know
leaves
exactly where it is.
which leaves Luxana to her own actions.
Well,
6-year-old in
technically-
charge of a
Technically, Iris is there too.
Oh no, Iris already walked off.
Well,
Oh.
even if Iris
She-
was there, I mean, Luxana's first mate, right? So she is still in
Like
charge.
when you said let's go have a fly, she kissed you on the cheek and said she's gonna go. She's gonna go and see Asuna.
Okay.
Actually, can I go back a few steps?
What are you doing?
I want to ask Luxana if she wants to come with.
Oh, okay. Well, after you ask, she'll probably look at you and be like, "No, I have to stay. I'm in charge."
You know how creepy that sounds, right? Hey, little girl, want to go see some sports?
Oh, but wait, where are you going? Will you bring me back something cool?
Sure. What do you like?
Anything shiny? I like shiny stuff,
It's like,
like
You know,
treasure.
like the only thing you're missing is a decrepit, like white, like painted white carriage.
She's gonna grab a mug of hot chocolate and shove it in his hands and be like, "Drink this. This is good. This'll help give you energy."
All right. I drink it.
It's
See you
hot
when you bring me
chocolate.
back presents.
Yes.
Okay,
Delicious.
so we have everybody off onto it. So since Alicorn is the newcomer, what is Luxana doing the moment all adult supervision disappears?
She'll probably make her armor back into like a little captain pirate outfit, and she's gonna go and she's gonna be on deck pretending like she's steering the ship, like acting out grand battles and stuff, and just being a 6-year-old,
Okay.
more or less.
Please
Can
don't accidentally fire the cannons.
can the 6-year-old give me a perception check?
Sure. Where is it?
All right. So as you're doing your little mock battle, on the ship, you hear somebody calling out from the docks. Treasure maps! Get your old world treasure maps here!
She'll probably stop for a minute and consider, but she remembered that Cassius told her to stay with the ship and not go anywhere because they'll be right back. But treasure. And they'll probably really like it if I have a map for treasure, because that means that we can have more golden gems. So he might be really proud of me if I actually get this. So she's just gonna fly off and go talk to the treasure map salesman.
Okay. And you fly off, and it's another dragonborn gentleman dressed in a large flowing blue coat. He's got a patch over one eye, but he has a small bag with like all these scrolls of paper in them. And when you land in front of him, he's like, "Little girl, can I help you?"
You said treasure maps. I want a treasure map. It'll be a present.
A present? You do know
Yes.
these are for sailors, right?
Well, I live on a ship.
You live on a... Is your
Yes.
father a treasure hunter?
Well, he's not my dad, but he does hunt treasure. We both really like treasure.
I see. Well, I have a special one that you can give your father. As
Oh, really? A special one?
As he pulls out this one that has these, like, the scrolls have, like, these golden handles to them. And it's, like the parchment itself is silver leafed. He's like, this treasure map was just brought back from the Easton treasure hunters, detailing undersea maps of the old world. guaranteed to lead to people. Guaranteed to lead whoever holds this treasure map to riches beyond their wildest imaginations.
Oh, that's fantastic. I think that he would really like that.
It's like, it could be yours for 250 gold.
250 gold. Wow. Well, that I can do that. And she's just gonna give him 250 gold.
All right. As he just hands you the scroll as he takes the gold.
And she's just gonna be super duper happy and ask him if he has any other super special treasure maps that that Cassius might like.
He goes, "Oh, I have multiple treasure maps. What sort of treasure does your captain like to obtain? Is he one that only searches the ocean floor, or does he investigate ancient underwater ruins?"
Ooh, ruins sound fun.
He goes, if it is ruins you're looking for. As he pulls out a small book. He goes, this book is a collection of stories and maps of ancient ruins from the world of the past.
So it's like a storybook with treasure, and it leads to treasure.
Yes.
That sounds fantastic. How much gold do you need for that?
This is 1,500 gold because it is such an illustrious volume. Only 4 of these have been printed. But
Only 4?
But the holders of the other 3 are now richer than kings.
That's a good consideration. That one I think I'll hold off on. I'll have to ask him about that because we haven't actually visited any ruins recently.
It was smart move. As he takes the book and he puts it back in his bag, he's like, "I will be here until the end of the day."
All right. Well, I will definitely talk to him. Thank you for the map. I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what treasure this brings me to.
As he smiles as he goes down the dock, calling out again, treasure maps for sale. And as he walks away, you notice that there is a sudden glint in the corner of your eye. And when you look over, there is a small tabby cat sitting on a crate.
Ooh, kitty. She's gonna pet the cat.
Okay. How long are you petting the cat for?
Oh, just a second. Little pat on the head.
Can you give me a charisma roll?
Oh, yeah. I absolutely can. It's a check, not a saving throw, is it?
It's
Or
a check.
saving?
It's a check. Oh, okay. All right. After that, do you go back to your post on the ship?
Yep.
Okay. And while you're on your post on the ship, like it's like almost like clockwork. When you run out of cocoa, Isaac is like right there bringing you another cup.
Awesome.
An enabler.
Well, she's currently the captain right now, so he's got to do what she says.
Yep. I'll probably show him the map and be like, do you think that Cassius is going to be excited that I got this map? That man seemed really nice. He has other maps too.
It goes, Well, as a treasure hunter, you can't have too many maps.
Yeah, he had a book about some ruins, but he wanted a whole lot of gold, and that would have been way too much, I think, because that would have taken everything away. And I don't want to make Cassius upset, and I don't want to lose more treasure.
He's like, that is very responsible of you.
She'll nod and keep drinking cocoa.
All right. Nakrath, you come to your home.
Oh, what do I see?
And it's less of a home and more of a manor.
I'm fancy.
You are fancy. To the point to where you have your own servants. Not really servants, but butlers and whatnot. And they welcome you home, and you're met, and they take your gear and everything. They start storing it away, and you're given a fresh change of city clothes instead of your armor. But as you're walking through the halls of this manor, you're just noticing just armor racks and display cases and weapons mounted on the walls. It's like everywhere you turn, there's just weapons all around you.
Can I'm sure there might be someone, but is there like a right-hand man or a woman that I usually talk to a lot in this manner?
I don't know. Is there?
Yes.
What is their name? I need the name of your head butler.
Jane.
Jane?
Yes.
Is that with a Y or a Jane?
Jane.
Okay.
Oh man, do you have like a waifu like army as your maids?
Yes. Except for one, but he works in the garden.
All right. Is Jane male or female?
Female.
Okay. So what exactly do you need? Is that just for information from you, or are you summoning her?
Well, both. That way I know like who I need to talk to in the manor, as well as information as well.
Okay.
In charge.
Jane approaches you, and she isn't really dressed a lot. She isn't really dressed like the other servant staff. She's almost dressed in the style of a almost of like a duke. Just very like militaristic with the way she holds herself and everything. Master Nakrath?
Yes. Can you prepare a what is the word? Not like a party, but like a what do you call it? A
Soiree.
A feast?
Yes.
Oh yes, I can have a feast prepared. How many heads are you expecting?
I'm really bad at math. I'm bringing everyone from the.
Oh,
everyone.
Your fellowship.
Yes.
But of course, when would you like this feast to be held?
Tonight.
Any preference on dishes?
Have a variety.
Variety. Is there to be alcohol served?
Correct. Yes, lots of it.
And I take it the large assortment of desserts as well?
Correct, and hot cocoa.
Desserts and hot cocoa. Well, it is getting to be that season.
Mm-hmm. Can you? I really want to say this, but like I want to say that the person from this world knows, but I want to know if there is a section in the manor where I collect the rarest.
Oh yes, you have a private study that has your like the pristine items of your collection.
Yes. I would like to go there, and if you can you send a letter to the ship that is docked currently?
I will begin drafting one immediately.
All right, and just let them know about the feast. And after that, I'm going to head to my study.
Okay. When you walk into your study, there is a small setup in the center of the study that's kind of like a common room, and there's specifically enough seats for you and the rest of the crew. And like in this room, you see these glorious full armor sets and weapons like stabs, spears, swords, shields, bows, certain types of arrows, even a couple vintage firearms as well.
All right. Here comes the $1 million question. which one is my most prized possession?
Your most prized possession is a dagger that is carved out of pure obsidian. That is said to have pierced the heart of a god. Nobody can say that the story is true, but there is a certain power emanating from this dagger.
I know just the person to give that to.
But you wouldn't, because like as you're thinking about using that, more of the past Necrath snaps into your head, and you know that these weapons are for display only.
Oh, come on.
To use them would be to tarnish their name.
Oh, darn. All right, is there anything that I can use?
Anything that you can use, not in the collection.
Not in the collection, all right.
Though
so
you do have a personal blacksmith.
I do, okay.
You have a personal blacksmith who is the only person you trust to forge your weaponry.
All right. I'll head to the blacksmith then.
Okay. So you go down a long winding staircase down into a basement, and you can feel the heat rising as you get closer to the iron doors, and inside is this hulking troll working on a large black anvil. And just like wielding this hammer that every time he strikes it, you can see cracks of fire running up the head of the hammer. And he looks over and he goes, So what do you need me to do this time, Neki?
Neggy. Does he have a name, or can I give him a name?
Give me a name.
Ulthane.
Ulthane?
Yes.
Spell that.
Ulthane.
All right, so his name is Ulthane.
All right. And I want to ask him if I left him in charge with any types of projects in the works before I left.
No.
No? Okay, I can figure.
You said that you may have some plans for me when you came back from your voyage. Speaking of which, I didn't expect you to be gone so shortly.
We forgot some things, and we decided to stock up.
Cassius was too eager to leave, wasn't he?
Yeah, pretty much.
He normally is. He's a good man, just sometimes a little too focused on treasure.
I can understand that. I want to know if I can have him upgrade this Mastercraft greatsword.
He laughs. He's like, this? Pfft, of course. That's child's play. What do you need me to do?
I don't know if it's possible, but is there any way to silence magic?
Oh, you want a mage slayer?
Yes.
Ooh. Yes, I can do that, but it's going to take some time. That's
perfectly fine.
Getting the materials for something to silence a mage or to flat out slaughter a mage while a noble cause is going to take some time.
That's perfectly fine. Do you need any gold?
He's like, nah, I got my contacts.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so I'm going to mark something on here.
Okay.
Helps if I can spell mage.
M-A-G-E.
Yeah, I put M-G-E. So, I gave Ulthane a wheel. It's going to be a 14-slot wheel to complete that sword.
All right. Do you want me to roll for anything? Or?
Not right now. He's got to gather the materials.
Sounds good.
All right. Elric, you've been sitting here patiently. Is he here?
I'm here.
Okay. I was worried that like Tiny was AFK, and I was like, oh man, we went live without him.
Well, I did have to go AFK for a bit because my parents delivered the dogs, but that didn't take more than like 3 minutes.
Okay. So, the moment you poof out of existence, you are standing in a black obsidian room in the center of an infernal symbol. Your hands and ankles shackled.
Well, that's an interesting situation to be in. Is there anyone else in the room with me?
Yes. Sitting probably a good 50 feet from you in a wooden chair is Mephistopheles.
My lord.
You have served me beyond expectations. I believe it is time for you to take take the procedure into the next step of your evolution.
I await my reward gladly.
Now, I have to warn you, not everyone survives this.
Life is a risk.
Not everyone is changed the same way. But I know you are a man who desires power and will go through great risks to obtain said power. So this shouldn't be an issue for you.
Not at all.
Very well. As he claps his hands twice, and the symbol begins to light up around you, as the chains start to, from the bottom up, start to heat up until you can feel this red hot burning around your wrists and ankles.
Ouch.
I need you to give me a death saving throw. There's one.
Good start.
So, Elric, what is one thing you want for your next evolution? Now, this is me asking you, not him asking you.
I thought you already had something planned.
I do.
Honestly, considering that you had something planned, I just stopped thinking about it.
Okay. In that case, roll me a d4.
I mean, yeah, you know my end game goal, right?
Oh, I
But
know your
never-
end game goal.
Yeah. I never really stopped to think about the early game goal.
Okay. Okay, give me a death save.
Nice, nice.
There's another one. Roll me a d4 again.
Still good, still good.
Give me a death save.
Staying solid here.
D4.
Still solid.
One more.
D4 death save.
Death save. Okay.
Just barely there.
Give me a d6.
Disappointing.
You hear a doggo.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you are now a Hellhound squeak toy.
Fun.
Beauregard, is that you?
Okay. So you pass out from the pain.
Not surprising.
I will get back to you once their talk is done. I'll let you know what happened.
Alrighty.
Actually, I will send this to you as these two are having a conversation. So, Azarin and Cassius, or Ichirai and Cassius, it is now time for the drama part of this soap opera. So, go ahead and take it away while I send a message.
So I imagine it would take me a minute, but I would meet Ichirai like way up in the sky.
Yeah. At least a good like 300 feet up in the air. Not so thin of an air, but definitely up high. And he's gonna while flapping his wings, he's going to sit Indian style, and he's just gonna look at you and go, "I don't know what you did. Frankly, I don't want to know what you did. I have an idea what you did, but I don't want to know. Iris is safe. I'm safe. Another plane of existence is gone, apparently. But so far, we're not being chased by spiders or Vecna or any of the other horrible things that seem to want to kill you and the rest of the party. I only asked one thing, that you think, is it all worth it? To my recollection, you're a druid. You're the only druid I know, for some unforsaken reason, who has the uncanny knack of destroying or marring horribly any land he goes to. And
Well,
it's becoming vexing.
you've been with me throughout this entire journey. You know that none of this was deliberate.
Let's see. You took the dagger.
I took the dagger to save us. We would have died in that place had I not.
Possibly. You took the gem.
The gem has always been an escape plan.
Not
One that we have needed every single time.
only because of circumstances.
Circumstances that were, again, not my choice to be in. I've dealt with what has come our way as best I could. I don't like the choices that I've had to make. I have to live with the destruction of 2 entire planes of existence on my conscience. But what other choice was there?
To journey through, soldier on, do what needed to be done without taking the most risky option first.
The choice was to remain in those planes as they crumbled around us. That's not journeying on, that's giving up.
We didn't have to worry about the last plane until you turned all white. I'm presuming because you made a wish. Which, I don't want to know what the wish was. I know it's a wish because my wish candy is gone. And I bet everyone else's wish candy is gone as well.
You would be betting correctly.
And that means that raccoon thing did something. And I don't want to know what he did.
That raccoon thing is the reason that plane is gone. He knew what would happen, and he let it happen. He told me he let it happen.
I'm pretty sure he said, I gave you a wish and you used it.
And he watched.
Yeah, because that's what beings like that do. They give you enough rope for you to hang yourself.
Still here, so didn't quite work out as planned. But the point is, we're not being chased. Right now, we're safe. I don't know what happened to the us of this world. I don't need to know. But we're safe. That's what matters. That's what matters to me.
We're safe as long as that thing on your chest, I'm presuming, is no longer a beacon to whatever horrible things want to kill you.
Unless Zatrot is dealt with in some permanent fashion, there will always be a risk. Of that, I have no doubt. But right now, I don't feel like we're at risk. We have time to recuperate. For the first time in years, we can sit down and take a breath. That's something, at least.
Well, the trot needs to be taken care of.
And when the time comes, it will be.
Our plane jumping, I would like to return home one day. So...
Well, Ichirai, I think you have a little more to worry about right now than just returning home.
Oh, I have a lot to worry about. I inherited a child. I have a mate I need to worry about now. And I have all these memories in my head of a life I've never lived. So, yeah, I think I have a couple things I need to worry about.
The choices that you make from this point forward are choices not just for you, but for the other 3 members of your family.
You need 3.
Well, you said it yourself. You adopted a child. You have Iris. You have the child that she's carrying.
How do you know she's carrying a child?
To tell you that, I would have to tell you what happened with the wish.
You need to figure out how to get that thing working safely, so we can get out of here before we do any more damage to any more planes we shouldn't be on in the first place.
As long as I still feel that we're safe here, I'm just going to bide my time. I don't want to go chasing after Zatrot. What the Cassius of this world had is now mine, and I want to keep it.
Let's see.
Now, Zatrot is going to come after us, or come after me. Of that, I have no doubt, and I'll be ready when he does. But I'm not going to go chasing after him. Not anymore.
So we're just going to let Zatrot destroy our plane and have
Zatrot
nowhere to go to.
Won't destroy our plane. Zatrot wants us to be there and see it burn before he kills us. So as long as we're still alive, our plane is still there.
Being ravaged by spiderlings and all sorts of manner of demonic things.
Yes.
He's just going to stare at you for like a little bit until it becomes uncomfortable.
Look, it was my home too. and it'll always be my home. But I can have a new home here. We can all have a new home here in this world. And we can make it into what that plane will never be. It's never going to be the same. We can kill Zetrod. We can wipe out his army. We can restore life and luster to that world, but it's never going to be the same. But we can make this place our new home, and we can flourish here. Your family can survive here.
Until Zetrot figures out a way to find you, comes here and destroys this place, and we go somewhere else.
When Zetrot finds us, we will meet him, and either we will die or he will die. That will happen eventually, no matter what we do, no matter where we go. So why not stay here, where it's at least safe for the moment, and prepare ourselves for that time? Why drag our families into dangerous territory where they don't need to be in order to what? How are we going to be any more prepared chasing after Zetrot now than we would be being here, biding our time? We have the resources to build an arsenal here.
Yes, and when we have a means to deal with Zetrot, we need to be ready to leave. This isn't my home. I stole the life of the person who was here. You stole the life of the person who was here.
Well, when the time comes that I'm able to open up portals again, you're more than welcome to return to your home. But I'm staying here, and I'm preparing here. And when Zetrot comes to meet me, that's when I make my move.
So be it.
And I think with that, Cassius is just going to nosedive back down to the ship.
Ichirai is going to drop his wings up and just basically dive feet first and catch himself before he lands.
When you guys get back down to the ship, you can see just Luxana going absolutely nuts on the deck, like sparring with this mirror image. Like crates and boxes have been knocked over, and Cassius, you notice that there are numerous mugs all over the place.
So, see there that she made a sparring partner for herself. So Cassius is probably going to land directly on top of the image of her sparring partner so it dissipates, and just stare her down with crossed arms.
Hi! Did you have a good fly?
What did you do to my ship?
I didn't do anything.
It's a mess.
Well, you told me I couldn't leave. But at the same time, I did leave, but only for a second. Because I got you a present.
You left the ship?
Only for a second. It was right over there. I could still see the ship. So it's not like I technically left the ship.
I told you not to leave the ship.
That's true. That is true. But you're not my real dad. So I went and I got you a present anyway. Because I thought you would really like it.
You're not my real
And
dad.
you said I was in charge.
In charge of the ship?
Yeah, I know. I was in charge of the ship, and I was in charge of me because I'm a part of the ship now because, you know, I live here, but you were gone, so I could do what I want.
That's not how instructions work, Luxana. I told you to stay with the ship, and you left the ship.
But it was only for a second. You'll be really
But
happy
you
when
still
you see what
left the ship, Luxana.
I'm not arguing that. I did leave. But it's okay, because I was in charge. You said I was.
What is this present that you got?
She's just gonna fly off and get the map and bring it back and just shove it in his hands and be like, look, this will take us to treasure. The nice man said it would. He also has a really good book, but it was really
the nice man. You left the ship and you met with someone.
Yeah, he was yelling out about treasure maps, and I know that we really like treasure. That's what we have in common, right?
Luxana, please go to your room.
Why?
Please go to your room.
I'm not in
Luxana?
charge anymore, so I guess so. Jeez. She's gonna grab the map back. This isn't yours anymore, it's mine. And then she's gonna
So as soon as she's kind of out of sight, I think Cassius is going to very, very angrily just kick one of the mugs that's laying on the ground and kind of storm off down to the bar.
Okay. And Isaac is down there.
Ichirai's just laughing his ass off. He totally waits until like they're both downstairs and he's just chortling.
And when you get down to the bar, you notice that there is a small stack of envelopes. I forgot to ask you, Necrath, what is your crest?
Oh, my crest. Shoots. I don't know. It's got a dragon on it. Why not? A symbol of a dragon head.
Just a basic dragon head?
Just a basic dragon head. Think of like tribal.
Okay. So there's a tribal dragon head crest on the envelope. As Isaac looks over to you and he's like, "Oh yes, Necrath's servants brought those over. They are invitations for a feast tonight. Everyone in the crew is invited."
Necrath's servant brought them over.
Yes. I believe her
Yes,
name is
servants now. Okay.
Jane. Very militaristic looking woman.
Yeah, that seems like his type. A feast, you said.
Yes.
Well, why not at this point?
Is there anything I can do for you, sir? You look a little flustered.
Just a little bit. Have you been feeding Luxana never-ending hot cocoa by any chance, Isaac?
Well, I wouldn't call it never ending. I mean, she does stop at it sometimes, but yes.
To breathe, I imagine.
Well, yes. The child does seem to consume pretty much anything put in front of her. But yeah. Just like if anybody else were to come down here and ask for a beverage, I provide it to them.
Now, I know your physiology doesn't work the same as organic creatures, Isaac. But did you consider the repercussions of giving a child so much sugar?
I did, but then I remembered that she is a dragon. Mainly a dragon. And I figured that dragons could handle more sugar than humans.
Okay. You're wrong, but okay. While we're at the feast tonight, Luxana will be joining us, and I will require you to clean up the ship.
That is my duty.
Yes, it is. And with that, I think I will take all the envelopes and leave. And if I happen to pass by Ichirai at any point, I'll just kind of flick one of the envelopes in his direction and keep going.
You just like ninja throw it to him?
Pretty much.
Alright, Elric, you wake up in your room. You are now covered from head to toe in this like dark crimson robe. And in your mind, you hear Mephistopheles tell you, for the next couple of days, you're going to want to remain out of direct contact of the sunlight.
Good to know.
Until your flesh hardens.
All right, I will stay indoors when the sun is out.
He goes, "Oh, by the way, I sent you someone." and you begin to hear like a deep panting coming from your room, or coming from like the foot of your bed.
I take a look.
And on the foot of your bed is this large mastiff size hellhound.
Well, at least it'll keep my feet warm.
He's like, I felt old friends needed to be reunited.
It's Beauregard, isn't it?
Oh, it is Beauregard. Ground's over here freaking out.
It's Beauregard. Yes, it's fucking awesome. This is awesome.
The funny thing is the craft doesn't know Beauregard.
No, Krat doesn't know Beauregard.
Oh,
Oh,
somehow
man.
magically put like a little small memory in there. Just
I
to
mean,
do-
Cassius remembers Beauregard.
Oh, Cassius remembers Beauregard. All right.
Because that's the birth of the Blame HB Fox meme.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be funny.
But yes, Beauregard is now your personal hellhound.
Nice. So, what is this robe that I woke up in?
It's like I said, it's a long, like, flowing crimson robe that covers pretty much your entire being. And it's mainly there just to shield you from the light.
Right. So I've got my normal armor on under
You've got everything else underneath it is still the same. This is just for protection.
Right, so I don't have to exactly cloister myself in, but still be careful.
Yes.
I thought it was
As your skin is like a little sensitive at the moment.
Alright, I think this calls for a drink. I'll head over to the bar area.
Okay. And when you walk out of your room, you notice the numerous mugs just all over the place of like you could just see the stains of hot chocolate and everything.
I pull out the Jeeves whistle.
Yes, sir?
I think the ship might need cleaning up after our little child went
Oh, my.
crazy.
Little drinking binge she had. Worry not, sir. I will clean it right away. As he just starts gathering all the mugs into like a in like this ethereal bin.
Alright, so I have Beauregard follow me.
Oh yeah,
You
you
boy.
just hear the click 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 behind you as his claws are tapping on the wood planks of the ship.
Right, yeah, I head to the bar.
Okay.
So I would imagine I would also pass by Elric
Yep.
on my way to the captain's cabin to also give him a letter.
And then
Now-
like behind Elric, you see this large head pop out, and just this low growl.
So I imagine I would recognize that
Oh
immediately.
yeah, you see the
Um,
face, and like just because there's just like this twisted sense in his master face, you can still see the kind of like the markings on his face from where the poison
Oh,
poison
God.
spit hit him. And he just looks at you, and like his eyes go a little like a deeper crimson as it starts to growl at you, but he doesn't make any movements to attack.
So I think panic would be the first thing upon seeing him. And I would probably just try and book it away, like fly it and just get out of there, except we're under cover. So I would hit my head on the ceiling.
So it's like it's just like this ridiculous looking, like this comedic thing to where you like pretty much fly up, you hit your head, and then you turn yourself around and you fly with your stomach on the ceiling, just trying to get out of the reach of this hellhound.
Yeah, I'm getting out. I'm dropping all the letters in the process, and I'm just getting out of there and taking the long way back to the captain's cabin. And as soon as I get there, just slamming the doors behind me and locking them.
Oh, God, I wish I was Genesis again.
So, Elric, you now have just these pile of letters on the floor around you, with again this tribal dragon head crest pressed into the envelope itself.
Jeeves will take care of it. I need a drink. And to get Beauregard here some bacon for that. He's a good boy.
Just like that, too.
That was awesome. That was so perfect.
Compliments of my dogs.
I
They-
love tonight. This is awesome.
They heard good boy and they started freaking out.
Something like that.
All right, so you get the drink and like Isaac gives Beauregard this just huge plate of bacon. He just tears into it.
Also, I tell Isaac that next time he should lace the hot chocolates, because that way at least she'll pass out if she has too many.
A sedative in... Would that even work?
I don't know. Find
I
out
mean-
and tell me.
I can mask... I can make it look like hot chocolate, but it could be a sedative to put her to sleep. I would have to clear this with the captain, though.
Suit yourself. It'll be less cleanup for you in the future, though.
But that is what I am here for.
Yeah, but who likes extra work?
Oh, I do. That's my whole purpose.
You are weird. Now get me a drink.
As you wish. And he gets you your basic flag, and he fills it up to the brim, and he just leaves the bottle there as he knows he's supposed to.
Alright, I'm gonna spend the rest of my evening that way.
Okay.
Unless something distracts me.
Ichirai, what are you going to see Asuna, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like, as soon as I'm done laughing, at the Sazmataz that was Luxana, I'm gonna fly off to the monastery and meet up with Iris. and
Okay.
Asuna.
And when you get there, Iris is sitting there, and you see this this little girl just like laying back in her lap, and she's got like this soft like auburn colored hair that is like pulled up like in a traditional top knot at the moment. And you could tell just from like the uniform that she was wearing that she probably just got done training by the time Iris showed up. But when you get closer, you see her eyes light up as she just runs and just throws herself into your arms and just starts laughing.
I am gonna be initially in shock because I have the memories of this child, but this is my first time actually seeing her. And I'm gonna grab her and hold her up and just look at her, all, Rafiki style from
Lion King.
from Lion King.
When you hold her up and you look at her, you notice that she has these like reddish colored eyes.
So she takes after her papa. It's like, that could be good and bad. So I put her down, and I it's like, I don't know, it's like Ichirai really doesn't have any real experience with a young child, so he's like, well, she just came from training, so he's gonna do the only thing he knows how to do. He is going to sneak attack her, and I'm gonna throw a punch at her, but not actually try and hit her. I'm gonna see if she can deflect it, or see if she can protect herself from it.
Okay, and when you throw the sneak attack, she instinctively dodges out of the way and moves her hand up and then does an upper palm strike, not hitting your chin, but when she gets close, she taps you on the cheek.
Oh, I love this kid. It's like he's like, yes, it's a mini me. It's like yes, he's totally like into like
All of a sudden, he's like, I like being a dad.
yes. It's like he like just basically scoops her up and walks over to Iris and gives Iris a kiss. And like I'm literally holding her like dad style, like luggage.
Yeah.
And when I give her a kiss, I like rub her belly and I whisper in her ear, pretty soon she's gonna have a baby brother or sister.
As like her eyes go wide and she looks over to Iris. And like Iris looks over at you confused. She's like, I didn't tell you that.
I know you didn't, and I wish you would have, but I kind of know.
I just recently found out myself. I was trying to figure out the best way to tell you. How did you find out?
Let's just say...
and before you can say anything, Asuna pips in. She's like, he's psychic.
He's like, yeah, let's go with that. I like that one. And I wink at Iris, knowingly, like, I'll tell her later.
Mm-hmm.
But do we live at the monastery or do we have a residence in town?
You have your own residence.
Alrighty.
And Iris looks at both of you. Not Iris, but Asuna looks a little at you a little confused. She's like, I thought you said you were going to be gone for a long time. It's barely been like a couple days.
We forgot some things and we had to come back.
Did Cassius forget his sword again?
Possibly. You know how he is.
I told him if he tied a ribbon around his finger, he would remember.
Well, it seems he forgot to take your advice on one.
Oh, that means the little dragon's back.
Yeah, kinda.
Wait, is she okay?
She's okay. She's just not a dragon anymore.
Is she a cat?
No, she's a little girl.
And like her eyes just go really wide. It's like, we can be best friends now.
Yeah.
Grounded, we're all fucked.
as the possible dangers of having my half celestial daughter running around the islands with Luxana just are very, very scary.
No, a half celestial monk and a dragonkin bard.
Jeez. Yeah, they won't get into any trouble.
Well, I mean, there'll be trouble, but nobody can prove it's them. So how long are you back for?
For a little bit. At least a week or so before we have to head back out.
She smiles, giving both you and Iris a hug. Even though she's been enjoying her time at the monastery, you can tell that she's actually missed you guys.
Well, monastery life is hard.
It's like, it's not hard, it's fun. I mean,
like he tries thinking back to like his monastery days.
It's like they let me punch things and do flips, and I get to learn all these cool moves and all like about the history of the temple. I mean, you wouldn't let me punch like anything in the house, so
break the things in the house. The inside the house is not meant for punching.
Yeah, I know. That's why you put me here, so I can punch things.
Not just to punch things.
Well, no, learn how to punch things better, but yeah.
He just can't like wipe the smile off his face. He's totally just like, yeah, Splash looks better. I'm pretty sure Iris is giving him like nasty looks.
No, she's standing there just like laughing.
Like one of us has got to be the responsible parent.
And it's definitely not you.
Yeah, not me. Not me. I'm the pushover dad. So I am going to grab them and I'm going to start making our way back to wherever our actual residence is, and I'll let the head monk know that some things came up and I'm back in town for a little bit. But not to worry, that I will make sure that she does continue with her training until I drop her back off.
And they nod, and like you pretty much have free run of the place, so they don't really have an issue with you pulling her in and dropping her off.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's still,
Yeah.
I still, I'm going to be respectful. I'm not, even though it's technically not my monastery, it's still, a monastery of my order, and I'm going to show them the same respect I would, my
Of course.
my own sensei. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do until I guess we find out we're invited to dinner.
Yeah, because I think you were the only one who got an invite aside from Cassius.
I didn't get mine because Cassius ran and hid from the dog.
No, he said he threw it. He threw yours at you.
Yeah, I passed you before I met up with Elric, and I just kind of flicked the letter in your direction.
Okay, I would have caught it using my missile snaring.
Yep. So, back at the ship, Luxana, you're a little startled when Cassius comes barreling into the room, and then like,
Time out. She's not in the captain's quarters.
Oh, okay.
She's in Ichirai and Iris's room waiting for Iris to get back.
Oh, okay.
She's the only one who's always nice to her. Plus, she still has a treasure map that she can't really do anything with, and since Cassius didn't want it, she's going to give it to Iris.
Okay. So, Cassius, you go barreling into your room and locking the door, and as you're looking around, you don't see Luxana anywhere.
So that is going to make me worry even more, knowing that there is a Beauregard roaming the ship and a Luxana that is now missing. I don't have it listed on my my character sheet at the moment, but it is a druid spell that I have in my list. Would you allow me to use locate creature to...
Yes.
Okay, so I would use that to try and find exactly where Luxana is.
All right, bring that up on the screen, if you can. If you can just bring up the info for locate creature.
I don't have it listed on my sheet.
Oh, okay.
But it's essentially, I think its range is like 120 feet, and I just have to have met the creature before or seen a picture of the creature.
You've definitely met her before.
And it will kind of ping in my mind where that creature is.
Okay. So it like you get a ping in your mind that she is in Ichirai's room. And what are you doing right now, Luxana?
Probably just sitting on their bed waiting, clutching the map and just kind of pouting and being upset that Cassius didn't like her present and yelled at her.
Make me feel terrible, why don't you?
Well, she is a 6-year-old.
She just thought you'd be super happy to get the treasure map because you both like treasure.
So I think knowing where she is, I would very, very cautiously head over there.
Okay. Give me a sneak check.
Oh, jeez. I make a ton of racket as I head over there.
Okay, so...
tripping over all the cups and knocking crates down.
What happens is you begin to walk downstairs. Elric, you notice Beauregard's ears perk up, and then he just sinks into the floor, and you just see, like, this black shadow, like, swoop out of, like, out of the tavern and into the hall. And
It's gonna be good.
As Cassius begins to like creep through the hall, trying not to disturb anything, he hears a woof coming from behind him.
I will immediately freeze and slowly turn around.
And there is you see Beauregard probably about 5 feet from you. Like his hands are like turned in as he's like looking at you. Like you see his tail wagging a little bit as like he leans towards you and goes, woof.
Can I roll perception to see if I hear the...
Oh no, you hear this deep boof coming from the from the hallway.
Yeah, there's no not hearing Beauregard.
Can I?
Well, she'd probably get excited about Puppy and just open the door and start running towards it.
Oh God, no! Please
Okay,
don't run towards it.
So the door, you throw the door open and you run out, and like you hear Luxana go, "Puppy!"
Okay, so this is extremely important. How far am I from the door to the room that she just came out of?
Probably about 25 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna wait until she gets like right up near me, and then I'm gonna do something here. So,
Okay.
is she flying or is she running?
I don't know. Are you flying or running?
Flying.
Okay.
She's used to
So-
flying as a dragonette, so I imagine that she would still just kind of zoom everywhere.
Two things are gonna happen here very, very quickly. As soon as Luxana gets within arm's reach of Cassius, he's going to reach out and he's going to tap her, and she is going to be teleported right back to the doorway of that room.
Can I follow up with the dimension door?
Well, this is all happening like instantaneously. So as soon as that happens, it's going to happen again, and Cassius is going to be right beside her, and he's going to pick her up, pull her into the room, slam the door, and lock it.
Okay, and like the moment you do that, you hear just like the heavy footsteps of Beauregard running behind you, and then you see the door kind of buckle as you hear his two paws hit the door, and he's just like, woof.
Why are you running from the puppy? He wants to be friends.
Back up to the door, so my weight is against it. I'm just going to look at Luxana and hold my finger to my lips like, shh, be quiet.
So once I hear his paws slam against the door, I'm gonna yell out, Beauregard, come.
And it's just like this sad walking away as he comes back into the like the door frame of the bar, and he's like looking back over at like where Cassius and Luxana are at, and he looks back at you, and then he just sighs, and he comes back and sits at your side.
I'm gonna have Isaac get him another big ol' heap of bacon.
Oh, he already has it prepared.
Good man.
As he goes, oh, it's almost time for that party, sir.
What party?
Nekrath has invited all of you to his manor for a feast. I thought the captain would have given you an invitation.
He did not.
He walked out of here with a stack of them.
Well, Elric saw the invitations.
Yeah.
I didn't know what they
He
were.
just gave them to Jeeves to deal with.
I didn't even give them to Jeeves. I left them there for Jeeves to deal with.
He goes, well, if you see them, they're this white envelope with a dragon head on them.
No. Go ahead, ask Jeeves what he did with those.
As the stack of invitations appears next to you. It's like, I didn't think these were something you would want to throw out.
You're probably right. I go ahead and read one quickly.
And it details that everyone is invited to a grand soiree at Nekrath's manor. Many food and drinks and festivities to be had.
What time is it? And more specifically, how bright is it out?
Oh, the sun is just now setting, sir.
Might as well go. I'm assuming my alternate persona knew where Nekrath lived.
Oh yes, like, and if you needed a reminder, there's the address that's written on the invitation as well.
All right, well, in that case, I'll slowly meander my way towards there. Actually, would the shops in town still be open?
Not really the shops. More of the eateries and bars.
Oh, never mind then. I'll go shopping tomorrow.
All right, and as you're walking by, you know, the heavy footsteps of Beauregard begin to get closer to the room again.
And Cassius would immediately tense up and put his weight against the door again.
As Elric, you feel a nudge behind you from Beauregard.
Go ahead, give him a scare.
Rude.
As he sinks into the floor again and just goes right underneath the separation from the door and the floor, and just appears right next to just like comes back up in like this like little like black form until he's fully formed, and he's like sitting right next to Luxana, and he just looks at Cassius and goes, "Woof."
Luxana's gonna pet him.
Luxana, don't touch him. Don't
As
move a
as
muscle.
like you pet him and he just starts wagging his tail.
Just scratch behind his ears and tell him he's a good puppy.
That is not a good puppy, Luxana.
He's a good puppy. See, look, he's so happy. He just wants to be friends, and you just want to
He
run
wants
from
to
him.
murder.
Well, probably because you offended him.
Probably just a little bit.
Well, you shouldn't offend puppies because they just love everybody, and they're so super cute.
Luxana.
And look,
He's a hellhound.
so.
What do you mean, so? He tried
you
to
know,
kill us.
No, if you don't want to play with the puppy, then we'll go play somewhere else. Come on,
No,
puppy.
no, Luxana,
And
wait. I killed that dog.
Well, that's rude. No wonder he
That's
doesn't
why
like
he's
you.
back.
So? I'll keep you safe. It's okay. Well, I'll make friends. It'll be fine. She's gonna walk out the door and just not listen to him if he tries to talk to her anymore, and just...
Yep, and like
tell him to come with him.
Beauregard begins to follow you and stops right next to Cassius and looks up to him and just woof, and just keeps walking along.
Which,
Yeah,
well,
he's a big meaty. He doesn't like to have fun. It's okay. He's turning into grumpy Uncle Elric.
I think Cassius is just gonna stand there stunned, completely flabbergasted at what just happened and why this dog is back in their lives.
And with that, we are going to close out for today because it is 9:30.
Shame having so much fun.
We will be back next Tuesday though, because it's not Christmas yet.
Yes.
So we will have one more show before Christmas, and then can you guys make it on the 26th?
Yes.
I can.
I should be here, yeah.
Azar and Tiny, can you guys make it?
I don't have any plans for that day, but you know, if something happens family wise, I will let you know beforehand.
Okay. What about you, Tiny?
Yeah, I'm perfectly free.
Okay, so let's keep in contact about that just in case anything changes. But if everyone can make it, we've got a game on the 26th as well. So next time, everyone is going to meet up for the party. Luxana's probably going to meet her new best friend.
Besties.
And then we're going to start getting into a little bit of the plot of this world. So this is more of just a more of a relationship slash story building part of the game. You guys got some of your downtime done. More of the story was built up. You were introduced to your otherworldly counterparts, if you had any. You were given treasure maps and drank 800 cups of cocoa.
More to be had at the soiree.
Somebody got a new dog that Cassius is afraid of, and the Karath has a bomb-ass mansion full of weapons.
Weapons and a whole lot of ladies.
So that is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and watched, everyone who to our new followers. We do 3 games a night, or 3 games a night, yeah. 3 games a week here. We got the Tuesday night game, which you're currently watching now. We have RPG Mixtape on Wednesdays, where we take a RPG module every month and just have a lot of fun with a special guest. This month we are playing Shadowrun with Mila. And on Sunday we have our Tomb of Annihilation D&D campaign, which myself, HP Fox, and Alicorn are a part of as we go through the suffering that Impius puts us through. Like having me face Bertha now. That's
there's that.
That was a thing.
That too. And my character is also a giant pain in the ass for HP Fox in that campaign as well. So pretty much the same thing.
Everything is always a pain in my ass in these games.
Yeah. But before we go, Groudon, what do you do on Twitch here? I know you stream.
Of course. Well, I've been kind of less streaming, been doing more of Eve in a Wonderful Life of Nullsec. Had some issues in there for some reason, but of course that's how games go. But I've been doing a playthrough of the Darksiders series. I've never played it, but I just finally beat the first Darksiders, and I'm currently playing the second Darksiders, and I love it a lot better than the first. I've been 20 times better.
Ezrin, what do you do on Twitch?
I am trying to remember how to be a hashtag pro streamer. So I did stream last week, multicast with you and it was Adalor, right?
Adalor, yeah.
We're doing
finally streaming,
doing some Dauntless. I don't have really a set schedule. It's pretty much just streaming when I can or figure out what I'm doing. I'm still playing with my my stream and figuring out, layers and all that nonsense and what I want it to look like, or if I, all that crap everyone else had done, now I'm trying to refigure out. So that's what I be doing.
Dude, if you need any help, hit me up.
I will.
Alicorn, what are you doing on Twitch?
Streaming sometimes if the game that I actually want to stream is being cooperative. But other than that, I'm usually playing here on Tuesdays now as well as Sundays, and I'm also the community manager, so I'm trying to set up some fun stuff for us in the future. But other than that, not much, just hanging out.
HB Fox, what are you and Hunter getting up to? Because I know he just got back from Viewboat.
Yeah, he got back yesterday at like midnight or something, and of course back streaming today with RimWorld, naturally. Just kind of bouncing around with whatever games we feel like playing, because he's going to be going out of town again here, I think, next week, end of next week, something like that, for Christmas stuff. So not too much from us this month, but next month we'll be hitting it hard with some fun stuff. Aside from that, hashtag shameless plug here. I work for Outpost Games, which is doing a game called SOS, and it's in closed beta right now. So if you or any streamers you want to know, or you want to know, want to get in on that and don't have a closed beta key, send them my way, and I can hook them up with a key for themselves and also some to give away to their community. So
I've actually seen that game pop up on some of the streamers I follow, but I haven't looked at it. What is it? It's
like, the way I've been describing it is like a cross between Ark and the Culling. I say Ark because there's like a lot of RP stuff that happens in Ark, and there's a lot of that in this game as well.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it too.
It's really interesting. This past weekend, they just had an event. I think it was called Vets versus Threats, where they basically just pitted streamers against each other, and it was a lot of fun. I think I spent an entire day watching Tiger Rider play in that event, and it was a hell of a good time. But yeah, it's in closed beta right now. So if you or someone you know wants to get in, doesn't have access, send them my way.
Yeah, I just sent you a message.
Awesome.
I've got I'm in the closed beta myself, so
Nice.
if you guys get keys or whatever and want to play, I'll be down.
Right on. Tiny, you don't like streaming, do you?
Not really, no.
I'm just gonna call you out every time because I think you'd be great to stream, but I understand.
No fun allowed.
It's a lot of time, a lot
Yeah.
of equipment. And I honestly don't think I'd be a great streamer, so...
I think you do it, but yeah, I get you, dude. It is a lot of time and a lot of effort.
I'd rather work towards a full-time career in software or web design. So yeah, probably not gonna ever stream, but
You're here,
yeah.
giving us hours of entertainment as a now cranky, demon-infused uncle.
Yep.
Also,
I can't wait until he sees Lixana just hanging out with his hellhound. That's probably gonna be fun.
Riding Beauregard into battle.
As long as you're not bothering me, it's good. Oh, Hellhound. Perfect screen against little children. Some play with it, some get eaten by it. No difference for me.
What do you mean, Groudon?
It says Gordon on the stream. Oh,
Talk to Imp, that wasn't me. Alright, and I stream as well. I'm a co-DM here on this channel, and I have my own stream. I play a large variety of RPG games, sometimes getting into the fighting game and FPS as well. Right now, doing a huge kick on Dauntless and Skyrim. Right now, going through a playthrough of Enderall. And if you guys haven't seen Enderall, it's a game within a game. Like, the guys who made this mod just completely went above and beyond. So I just started that last night. We went for about 6 or 7 hours, and I'll probably jump into it later on tonight once I get some food in my stomach. But for now, we are going to go on a raid, because that's what we do after all this, and we are going to go and raid Spooner Sloth, who is also playing Skyrim. So it's /raid, not !raid. So, if you will, click the join button up there, and when you get into there, we have a special command for it. Just wait till you see my raid call of "We're here for the XP," and then just spam in this chat. I heard there were dragons in here, and we will catch. Well, there's no RPG mixtape game tomorrow, is there? No, there isn't. There is no game
Nope,
tomorrow.
there's not.
So there's no RPG mixtape game tomorrow, sadly, but we should be returning soon after Christmas with that. And unfortunately,
No Sunday game.
yeah, no Sunday game because that's on Christmas vacation. I'm gonna talk to
makes me so
Imp.
sad.
I'm gonna talk to Imp about doing something to fill those slots, though. So keep tuned for that one, guys. But for now, we're gonna go hit up Spooner Sloth. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great one, guys.